Warcraft is iconic for its story, its characters, the Lich King, Illidan, Garrosh, and his war crime, Sylvanas burned the War Tree. And then recently, we had a couple little hiccups in the storytelling and the storylines, right? Like Sylvanas burned the World Tree led to quite a few rather piss poor elements at storytelling. Which brings me to the War Within and the latest cinematic we got given, the latest cinematic in an array in a series of cinematics. So we're just gonna dive right into it. Now, you guys may see this and think, okay, it's a meme, it's a joke, it cannot be that bad. Except, being as honest as I can humanely be, it quite literally is that bad. Now I'm gonna play the actual trailer from in-game. You saw the WoW cinematic from BFA. For a lot of its problems, BFA had really good choreography, really good raid design, bosses, systems, story not so much, but everything else was phenomenal. Now let's dive into this actual trailer.
Stop this! Dinath fought to save all of Azeroth. He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Khadgar. You'll never understand. For Erethdor! The Red Dawn will rise again.
No! Do not make her a martyr.
Now before I finish the rest of the trailer, what the Kentucky Fried Fuck was that? The cinematic team in World of Warcraft is one of the best teams in gaming, in just animation. Like literally only Riot is up there with them in terms of that quality of cinematics they're capable of doing. So who made this? Because this was Des Poor. And this was an intern, 24 hours, honestly, crack cocaine, because like, what was that fight? They clashed a sword and spear, rotated, and then went a different way. Then she charges at him, at her, Faerun, and then Faerun just goes bang. And then she gets sent flying. And then Danath comes up like, no, don't be like them. We're the good guys. You'll make her a martyr. She's already gonna be a martyr. Kill her. What in the power of friendship is this shit? Danath, what are you doing? Danath, I guess. Trollbane. Faerun. This is, as far as the cinematic goes, one of the worst cinematics they've ever done. And there has been other ones that have been just as questionable. But let's let this finish real quick.
Our history will read. Faerun, true daughter of the Arathi, allowed Merrin to live without her title and name. The Red Dawn vanished from the Highlands forever.
This is not over.
The entire dialogue was written by a 13-year-old girl, teenager on Wattpad. That is by far some of the most dogshit storytelling I've ever seen. Now I understand there's some greater storytelling here. This is just one snippet of a big thing, right? Except no, I don't care. This was not good. I am a huge fan of World of Warcraft. I've been playing this game for 20 years. WoW's had its fair share of bad writing. We had Thanos with nipple rings, right? Who literally undid the entire story. Zoval, I wrote the writing before you thought about reading the writing, and thus I wrote your future, your past, my present, the backwards and the pretense, and the untense and the distense. Like, yeah, Zoval and the jailer ruined a lot of the writing and the storytelling because he was puppeteering everybody. You know, the Dreadlords were his agents from the very beginning. They're the Titans of the Titans, the mystical magic, just a lot about storytelling there. And then there's this. This is by far not worthy of World of Warcraft level writing, storytelling, quality. This is an embarrassment. This is a mockery. This is being realistic with everybody. Truly a shame in regards to writing quality. I'm not gonna look up who made this. I'm not gonna try to find out and call them out or like target anybody in particular. But this cinematic did a disservice to every single person. Every element of the art team, the writing team, the story team, every NPC here, every VA, every single person involved with this scene deserves an apology from whoever greenlit this. Because like, this has the same quality to the modern retail storytelling as what Anduin has been doing this entire expansion, which is nothing. Anduin's done nothing this expansion. This whole trailer did nothing except make everybody laugh at World of Warcraft. This is a joke. And then everybody gets together because of the power of friendship. Like, look at this. This guy's gnome here. He's got the weird looking Millhouse Manor Storm looking gnome. Contributed more to World of Warcraft than this entire cinematic did. Honestly, a travesty of the highest proportion. Now, this is one element of bad storytelling, so I'm going to pull up a different element of bad storytelling. And some people are going to say, Eben, it's not bad storytelling. It is. Because what in the Kentucky Fried Fuck is Khadgar doing in a wheelchair? I said this at the beginning when Dalaran crashed and Khadgar's leg stopped working and he decided to manifest a flying wheelchair. And all I could think the entire time was, you have magic, you can fly, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could create a magical throne, a magical dragon. You could give yourself magic illusions that you're walking. And my man created a magical wheelchair so he could magically fly. The wheels don't work. The man is floating. And I got called an asshole. Not inclusive. How dare you say that? But I'm gonna be real, this isn't inclusive to anybody. This is a mockery of people with actual disabilities. This is a mockery of, this is inclusive for the sake of inclusivity. This is not good. There was many ways they could have made an inclusive wheelchair character if they were trying to go for that. This is just them hand-waving Khadgar's. He's incredibly powerful. One of the strongest people in lore that's immortal, that's not a god or like a titan or something like that. And you're telling me the best this arcane giga wizard could come up with is a wheelchair? Champion! Wait, I'm coming! We must defeat the Burning Legion and Xalatath in the Void! Champion, wait! Now, I'm not trying to be rude or mean for any particular reason, but this latest patch, Khadgar in a wheelchair, Zoval, so many elements of the storytelling. Where's Anduin? He was literally in the trailer, all sad and upset, and he's been missing. Xalatath's toes had more budget than Anduin's entire arc in the War Within so far. And I'm excited to see the future because I know Chris Metzen came back and scrapped a lot of the storytelling and redid a lot of things. So a lot of this is like remnants left over from the original The War Within. And The War Within is kind of like, you know, it's this weird state where Chris Metzen redid a lot of things for the future. But you have all these little elements of storytelling that just don't really fit in with the idea of a qualitative experience. Now, I know that Khadgar has been like this for a while. Khadgar's not new. Zoval's not new. Sylvanas burning the World Tree and creating a shit show of the storytelling is not new. But I was really hoping that by the end of War Within, with us progressing towards midnight, a lot of these bad storytelling elements have been removed from the game. And honestly, it kind of dampens my excitement about midnight a little bit, a smidgen. Now we know we have, you know, player housing, and Chris Metzen fully wrote everything in midnight onwards, right? So I want to give retail the benefit of the doubt. The storytelling is going to get drastically better as we go into midnight. And to be fair, the storytelling has been really good for a lot of portions of the War Within. It's not like all bad. I'm not gonna sit here and like lie to people and say terrible storytelling, This is horrendous. This latest patch, yes. But other parts of the game have been really good. So I am still excited for Midnight, but I'm gonna be real. This was an embarrassment. This was a disappointing letdown. And honestly, I expect better from World of Warcraft writing team, from the storytelling. Chris Metzen created Warcraft, the universe, and we didn't have enough budget to literally pay some random machinima guy on YouTube to make a cooler cinematic. You could have paid any of them $1,000, $2,000, and they would have done it with passion and joy. They would have been excited and thrilled to do it. These guys would have been excited to be inside World of Warcraft making a machinima. So that level of artistry is a shameful display. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. You think I'm over exaggerating? It wasn't that bad. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching. Ebonheart out. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. If you hated it, dislike and subscribe. Be a dedicated hater. We don't half-ass out that shit on this channel. Thank you all. Ebonheart out. Peace.